Hello ladies and gentlemen, Scare204 here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a German World War II Airbase. In this episode, we'll be going ahead and working on a very important asset to any airfields, or really any place in general, a fire department. So the fire department here is a pretty simple little building using kind of a wooden materials here for the garage, which I felt was kind of necessary considering that we would basically not be trying to invest like some serious like heavy resource extensive things into just a garage to park our vehicles. So we just have a simple kind of wooden garage section here, and you'll see I'm kind of messing with an idea of having like a more prominent structure where the garage connects to. However, I do end up kind of getting rid of it, and then later on we do revisit the idea and all that stuff. But yeah, the fire station came out really good. We did do a live stream, so if you are interested in seeing part of this build actually built in live time, definitely feel free to check out live stream 55. We had a good time on it and got the whole fire station pretty much complete. There's still stuff I want to do here and there around it, like exterior little details and stuff surrounding it, and just kind of throwing stuff around to make it look a little bit more detailed in this area. And also a little bit of the interior there for the garage. But other than that, it's pretty much completed, and I really do like the way it came out. I think it just has a really nice look to it and has a really good position. It's kind of a contrasting build too, as we end up using obviously the wood structure that we have here, and then we also use brick and granite mix to go ahead and create the walls. And as you see here coming up, we're going to go ahead and change into basically the live stream. So this right here is footage from the live stream now. So this is kind of what we were working on here, and as you can see, we have that structure there to the right that we were building up, and kind of a last minute add-on as long as these little windows, which I felt were something that definitely needed to be added to kind of improve the overall look for the roof. And after we started adding these features all together, I just really started to see that this thing is coming together. But yeah, that's pretty much the build as a whole. Overall, really happy with it. I think it came out super well, and so I'll leave you guys to enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and from here on out, we'll be going ahead and watching the rest of the time lapse. And yeah, as I said, I will see you guys here shortly to go ahead and take like a live walkthrough of the finished build. And welcome to the in-game version here of the fire station. Absolutely love this build. I think it came out phenomenally. I have to say the brick and granite combination just absolutely amazing. And big thanks to all those guys that were in the stream and actually contributed the idea of the brick and granite. I never actually realized how good granite and brick actually go together, and man, they just look so good, and this building just looks perfect. I think the brick and granite really just kind of gives off a 1940s feel, and I think it's just perfect. Just a perfect block choice, and I really look forward to using this throughout the rest of the Let's Build for other buildings. But let's go ahead and kind of talk about the fire station and kind of go over some of the stuff about it. Now, it's not completely done. I do want to add some details and stuff like that around this area, but for the most part, this is pretty much the main structure. He is kind of complete for it. Now, in the time lapse, you did see us build some fire trucks. The first fire truck was a tutorial already. This is the LS1500, basically fire truck. We went ahead and changed it from gray to red. I kind of wanted a little bit more color on my base and just wanted you to be able to tell even more that this was a fire station. So the best thing I could think of was, hey, let's just go ahead and make our fire trucks red. And that's what we did. I think it looks really good. I actually like it compared to the either gray or green. It may not be 100% accurate to how the Luftwaffe would have actually had their fire trucks displayed, but I think that the red was something that was necessary and just adds a real good splash of color to this otherwise pretty, gray and white area. And same thing with the building and being the brick color and all that stuff, I think just really signifies, hey, this is a firehouse, and I think that really just highlights this whole area altogether. Now, a few things to talk about. We have obviously the LS1500 here, so this is a fire truck that we just went ahead and recolored into red. We also built a new one, and this right here is a Opel Blitz fire truck equivalent. It's kind of hard to see. We'll go ahead and fly over here to our assets here. We can get a better look at it. But yeah, this is basically an Opel Blitz truck here that's modified into a fire truck. I really like this model. I think it actually came out really, really cool. And I will definitely be transferring this over to our tutorial world to hopefully see a tutorial on this in the future. But yeah, really love this truck. I wanted to create a couple different types of fire trucks. There is one more fire truck I'm also thinking about doing, which doesn't actually have a pump cart. It actually has the whole pump system built into the vehicle. So that right there kind of makes me excited to kind of maybe try that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is the better look here at the LS1500 as well. Again, there is a tutorial available for that. And this is how the tutorial version looks. As you can see, it's in a nice gray color. But I think that the red here just makes it pop. And I mean, obviously, most people are now going to be able to tell, like, hey, that's a fire truck. So I'm really happy with the way that looks. This whole section here looks pretty cool. We have 4 basically slots here, and we'll probably have some fire trucks parked around here. I'm thinking maybe throwing one back here or something like that, or maybe we can put some parked along the side here of the building. Maybe more like maybe some ambulances or something of that sort. But yeah, cool little section here. I want to get around more details and stuff like that, like this little pump cart just sitting here, maybe a few extra ones just thrown around. But yeah, really like that. As I mentioned, also, we have a tower here, and this tower here just kind of helped to coordinate emergency responses. So if a plane crashes, they have really good views over the airfield here and are able to actually respond accordingly and be able to assist, areas that do need that help. So I think the tower is pretty cool. You see the ATC tower right here, and really the ATC tower actually still has a really good view of the runways. So like I'm not super concerned with that tower right there. If we need to, we can raise it up a little bit, but I really don't think that'll be necessary. I think if anything, these hangars over here do block more of our view than this tower here. So I have no problem having the tower here in the same space. I think that is not really going to be an issue for the base overall. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here at the other side of it. As you can see, we have like a little housing part that kind of pops off from this, and this is kind of basically to be like maybe a quarters or something like that for the fire department, or for the fire personnel. So basically like a little place for them to relax and all that stuff. And actually I just realized that this right here is all messed up, so let me go ahead and fix that real quick. But yeah, basically we have like a little stepway, entranceway, like a little staircase leads up in here. Of course, we have a lantern and our little German banner there. Of course, have to show off that pride here. But yeah, it looks really nice, and that's pretty much the main structure. And then behind it, I thought it would be a good idea to have some kind of system where they can fill the trunks, fill the trucks up with water. So we have kind of like this little scaffolding type thing with a giant water tank. And then we have a pump system that I made. It's just something I kind of threw together, not based off anything. Just I think it looks cool, I guess. So when you look at it, that's a pump system. And I think that most people might be able to get that picture. But basically, it's just able to pump the water up here, and they can basically refill the trucks if needed, from basically, I imagine, probably the top-down view or from the top down. So that's pretty cool. And some other things that we've kind of worked on, that was worked on kind of in the episode and off camera a little bit, was doing some power lines. So kind of trying to put power routing through the base. I think that this is something that's going to be really cool, especially if a World War II type base. We didn't really have that much use of underground power lines, so using these power lines throughout the entire base, I think are going to look really cool and just add, again, that extra detail. Like, you're just going to be walking through here and you have these power lines and stuff. It just adds way more to the environment, and overall just creates a whole better feeling being in this area. And we also went ahead and threw another hangar in right here. So this right here is just another one of these hangars, basically just straight on. I felt that this area was too bland, and I couldn't really think of a good building to put in this area. So I just decided, you know what, let's just go ahead and throw in another hangar. I mean, it's not going to really hurt us if we did. So I just threw in another hangar right here. It's nothing too crazy. Pretty simple little addition here. I haven't finished the kind of taxiway out to this area yet or anything like that. So that's something that's a work in progress, obviously, and we'll probably be working on maybe in the next episode and stuff like that, because I do want to build some anti-aircraft guns and start getting some anti-aircraft gun positions on the runway and all that stuff. Or I should say this field next to the runway. Also, kind of off camera too, my buddy Derek Frost went ahead and built, or started outlining more of this this auxiliary runway. So that was really cool of him. This is a lot of work to do because this all has to be done by hand. There is no like world edit being able to stack stuff. Just do the angle we have here. So all this you can see here for the runway, this kind of outline is all done by hand. And all these squares here are going to have to be filled in as well. So it's going to be a lot of work, that's for sure. But we'll definitely be slowly building up this auxiliary runway, and it's obviously not a priority. We'll obviously get to it when we get to it and finish it off when we do. But yeah, that's pretty much it for what we've really added in this section here. Kind of a smaller build session, I guess you can say, a smaller add-on, but we'll, you know, slowly start building up the space and all that stuff. I do kind of like these focused episodes where we kind of focus on one thing in particular instead of just going all the way around. I feel like episode 2 was a little all over the place because we had a lot of stuff going on, building these hangars, the runways, the taxiways, and all that stuff. So I thought that this was a good episode, just kind of slowly focusing on this area and just really kind of creating a cool little detailed area. So that right there is going to basically wrap up what we have here for this episode, episode 3. Hope you guys did enjoy. As always, leave your comments, suggestions, things that you would like to see added on into the Airbase in the comments below, and we'll be sure to try to implement them to our best of our abilities. And all that. With that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Gary204, and I'll see you guys next time.